Welcome to English Listening Practice. I'm Emma Richards, and today we're going on a listening journey that will truly transform your English comprehension skills. This episode is specially designed for B1 and B2 learners who want to challenge themselves with real English conversations, stories, and interviews. We'll practice listening to different accents, speeds, and topics that you'll encounter in the real world. Here's how today's episode works. I'll present various listening segments, each followed by comprehension questions and vocabulary explanations. Don't worry if you don't catch everything the first time. That's completely normal and part of the learning process. I recommend having a notebook ready. After each segment, I'll give you time to think about the questions before providing the answers. You can pause anytime to replay sections or take notes. Today's episode includes 5 different listening challenges: a travel story, a job interview, a restaurant conversation, a news report, and a friendship dialogue. Each segment gets progressively more challenging, so you'll build confidence as we go. Remember, listening is a skill that improves with practice. Even native speakers sometimes ask for clarification, so don't be discouraged if you need to listen more than once. Let's begin our listening adventure. Our first listening segment is a travel story. You'll hear me tell you about a memorable trip to Scotland. Listen for the main events, the problems I encountered, and how I solved them. Pay attention to past tense verbs and time expressions. Here's the story. Listen carefully. Last summer, I decided to take a solo trip to Scotland. I'd always dreamed of visiting the Scottish Highlands and seeing the famous Loch Ness. I booked a small rental car and planned a week-long adventure. My journey began in Edinburgh, where I spent 2 days exploring the historic Royal Mile and visiting Edinburgh Castle. The weather was surprisingly sunny. Everyone told me it would rain constantly, but I was lucky. On the 3rd day, I drove north toward Inverness. The scenery was absolutely breathtaking: rolling green hills, ancient castles, and sheep everywhere. However, about halfway through my journey, disaster struck. My car broke down in a small village called Pitlochry. I was initially panicked because I don't know much about cars, and I was in the middle of nowhere. But the local people were incredibly helpful. A kind elderly man named Donald offered to help me. He called his nephew, who was a mechanic, and within 2 hours, my car was fixed. While waiting for the repair, Donald invited me for tea at his cottage. We talked for hours about Scottish history, traditions, and local legends. He even taught me some basic Scottish Gaelic phrases. It turned out to be the highlight of my entire trip. The rest of my journey went smoothly. I saw Loch Ness, no monster unfortunately, and hiked through the stunning Highlands. The experience taught me that sometimes the best travel memories come from unexpected situations and the kindness of strangers. Now, let's check your comprehension. I'll give you a moment to think about each question before providing the answer. Question 1. How long was Emma's trip to Scotland planned to be? The answer is 1 week. I said I planned a week-long adventure. Question 2. What problem did Emma encounter during her trip? Her car broke down in a small village called Pitlochry. Question 3. Who helped Emma with her car problem? An elderly man named Donald and his nephew, who was a mechanic. Question 4. What did Emma learn from Donald besides getting her car fixed? She learned about Scottish history, traditions, local legends, and some basic Scottish Gaelic phrases. Question 5. Did Emma see the Loch Ness Monster? No, she didn't. I mentioned no monster, unfortunately. Excellent! Now let's review some key vocabulary from this story. Solo trip, travelin' alone. Breathtaking, extremely beautiful or impressive. Disaster struck, something bad happened suddenly. In the middle of nowhere, in a very remote place. Highlight, the best or most important part. Stunning, extremely beautiful. Kindness of strangers, help from people you don't know. Notice how I used past tense throughout the story and included time expressions like last summer, on the third day, and within 2 hours. These help organize the narrative chronologically. Friendly, conversational, and natural. Speak as if talking to a friend. Use slight pauses and emphasis to keep it engaging. Avoid sounding scripted. Keep it real and relatable. Now let's practice with a job interview dialogue. You'll hear a conversation between a job candidate named Sarah and an interviewer named Mr. Johnson. Listen for Sarah's qualifications, her experience, and how she answers challenging questions. This segment will help you with formal English, professional vocabulary, and interview techniques. Pay attention to the polite language and how Sarah structures her responses. Here's the interview. As Mr. Johnson, professional, slightly formal tone. Good morning, Sarah. Thank you for coming in today. Please, have a seat. Sarah, confident, friendly tone. Good morning, Mr. Johnson. Thank you for taking the time to meet with me. I'm excited about this opportunity. Excellent. Let's begin. Could you tell me a bit about your background and why you're interested in this marketing position? Certainly. I have a bachelor's degree in marketing from State University, and I've been working in digital marketing for the past 3 years. Currently, I'm a marketing specialist at TechStart Solutions, where I manage social media campaigns and content creation. I'm particularly drawn to this position because your company has such an innovative approach to sustainable products. I believe my experience in digital marketing, combined with my passion for environmental causes, would be a great fit for your team. That's impressive. Can you give me an example of a successful campaign you've managed? Absolutely. Last year, I led a campaign for our eco-friendly product line that increased online sales by 45% over 3 months. The campaign included Instagram and Facebook advertising, influencer partnerships, and a content series about sustainable living. The key was understanding our target audience, young professionals who care about environmental impact but still want convenient solutions. We created content that was both informative and engaging, which really resonated with our customers. Excellent results. Now, what would you say is your greatest weakness? That's a great question. I'd say my greatest weakness is that I sometimes focus too much on perfecting details, which can slow down my initial productivity. However, I've been working on this by setting strict deadlines for myself and learning to prioritize which details truly matter for the overall success of a project. I've also started using project management tools to better track my time and ensure I'm meeting all deadlines while still maintaining quality standards. I appreciate your honesty. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? In 5 years, I see myself in a senior marketing role, possibly leading a team of marketing professionals. I'd love to specialize further in sustainable marketing strategies and help companies communicate their environmental initiatives effectively. I'm also interested in continuing my education, perhaps pursuing a master's degree in marketing or taking specialized courses in data analytics to complement my creative skills. Those are ambitious but realistic goals. Do you have any questions for me about the position or the company? Yes, I do. Could you tell me more about the team I'd be working with? And what would you say are the biggest challenges facing the marketing department right now? Great questions. You'd be working with a team of 5 marketing professionals, and we're currently focused on expanding our reach in the European market. The biggest challenge is adapting our messaging for different cultural contexts while maintaining our brand consistency. That sounds both challenging and exciting. I actually have some experience with international marketing from my previous internship, so I'd be eager to contribute to that effort. Wonderful. Well, Sarah, thank you for your time today. We'll be in touch within the next week. Thank you so much, Mr. Johnson. I really enjoyed our conversation and look forward to hearing from you. Now, let's test your comprehension of this interview. Question 1. What is Sarah's current job title? Marketing specialist at TechStart Solutions. Question 2. What impressive result did Sarah achieve with her campaign? She increased online sales by 45% over 3 months. Question 3. What does Sarah say is her greatest weakness? She focuses too much on perfecting details, which can slow down her initial productivity. Question 4. What are Sarah's 5-year career goals? She wants to be in a senior marketing role, possibly leading a team, and specializing in sustainable marketing strategies. She also wants to continue her education. Question 5. What challenge is the marketing department currently facing? Expanding their reach in the European market and adapting messaging for different cultural contexts while maintaining brand consistency. Let's review the professional vocabulary from this interview. Background, personal and professional history, drawn to, attracted to or interested in, resonated with, connected with or appealed to, target audience, the specific group of people a campaign aims to reach, prioritize, to put things in order of importance, ambitious but realistic, challenging goals that are still achievable, brand consistency, maintaining the same brand message across different markets, be in touch, to contact someone, look forward to anticipate something positively. Notice how Sarah used the STAR method, situation, task, action, result, when describing her campaign success. This is a great technique for answering interview questions with specific examples. For our third segment, let's listen to a restaurant conversation. You'll hear a dialogue between a server named Maria and 2 customers, James and Lisa, who are celebrating their anniversary. Listen for how they order, ask questions about the menu, and handle a small problem. This segment will help you with service industry vocabulary, food descriptions, and polite requests. Pay attention to the informal but polite tone used in restaurants. Here's the restaurant conversation. As Maria. Good evening. Welcome to Bella Vista. Do you have a reservation? As James. Yes, we have a table for 2 under the name James. As Maria. Perfect. Right this way. Here's your table by the window. You have a lovely view of the garden. Can I start you off with something to drink? As Lisa. Oh, this view is beautiful. I'd love to see your wine menu, please. Of course. Here's our wine selection. We have some excellent Italian wines that pair beautifully with our dishes. Are you celebrating something special tonight? As James. Actually, yes, it's our 5th wedding anniversary. Congratulations! That's wonderful! In that case, let me recommend our chef's special appetizer. It's complimentary for anniversary couples. As Lisa, that's so thoughtful. What's the special appetizer? It's our signature bruschetta with fresh tomatoes, basil, and mozzarella, drizzled with balsamic glaze. It's absolutely delicious. As James, that sounds perfect. For wine, could you recommend something that goes well with seafood? I'm thinking of ordering the salmon. Excellent choice. I'd recommend our Pinot Grigio. It's crisp and light, perfect with fish. Lisa, have you decided what you'd like to drink? I'm not much of a wine drinker. Do you have any signature cocktails? Absolutely. Our most popular is the Bella Vista Spritz. It's made with Prosecco, elderflower liqueur, and fresh mint. It's refreshing and not too strong. That sounds perfect. Wonderful. I'll get those drinks started. Take your time with the menu, and I'll be back in a few minutes to take your order. How are we doing? Ready to order? I think so. I'll have the grilled salmon with the herb butter, and could I get the roasted vegetables instead of the rice? Of course. And for you, Lisa, I'm torn between the chicken marsala and the vegetarian pasta. What would you recommend? Both are excellent, but the chicken marsala is one of our most popular dishes. The sauce is rich and creamy, and it comes with garlic mashed potatoes. The pasta is lighter. It has seasonal vegetables and a lovely olive oil and herb sauce. The chicken marsala sounds delicious. I'll go with that. Excellent choices. Your meals will be ready in about 20 minutes. How is everything tasting? The salmon is cooked perfectly, but I think there might be a small issue with my vegetables. They seem a bit cold. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Let me get you a fresh portion right away. There's no charge, of course. Thank you so much. No need to rush. Everything else is wonderful. I appreciate your patience. And since it's your anniversary, I'll make sure the chef prepares something special for dessert. It's on the house. You're so kind. This has been such a lovely evening. It's our pleasure. Celebrating love is what makes this job wonderful. Now, let's check your understanding of this restaurant conversation. Question 1. What special occasion are James and Lisa celebrating? Their 5th wedding anniversary. Question 2. What complimentary appetizer did Maria offer? Signature bruschetta with fresh tomatoes, basil, and mozzarella drizzled with balsamic glaze. Question 3. What wine did Maria recommend for James's salmon? Pinot Grigio, because it's crisp and light and goes well with fish. Question 4. What drink did Lisa choose? The Bella Vista Spritz, made with Prosecco, elderflower liqueur, and fresh mint. Question 5. What problem occurred during the meal and how was it resolved? James's vegetables were cold. Maria apologized and offered to bring a fresh portion at no charge, plus promised a special dessert on the house. Let's review the restaurant vocabulary. Reservation, booking a table in advance. Pair beautifully, go well together, food and wine. Complimentary, free of charge. Signature dish, a restaurant's special or famous dish. Drizzled with, lightly covered with a sauce. Crisp and light, description of wine that's fresh and not heavy. Torn between, having difficulty choosing. On the house, free, paid for by the restaurant. No need to rush. Take your time. Appreciate your patience. Thank you for waiting. Notice how Maria used polite service language like, of course, absolutely, and it's our pleasure. She also handled the complaint professionally by apologizing, offering an immediate solution, and providing extra compensation. Our 4th segment is a news report about a community garden project. This will challenge your listening skills with more formal vocabulary, statistics, and multiple speakers. Listen for the main facts, the benefits of the project, and the different perspectives presented. News reports often include interviews with various people, so you'll hear different voices and speaking styles. Pay attention to how the reporter introduces each speaker and summarizes information. Here's the news report. As news anchor. Good evening. I'm Emma Richards with Channel 7 News. Tonight, we're reporting on an inspiring community initiative that's transforming an abandoned lot in downtown Springfield into a thriving community garden. The Springfield Community Garden Project, launched 6 months ago, has already seen remarkable success. The initiative began when local resident Margaret Chen noticed that a vacant lot on Maple Street had been unused for over 3 years. We spoke with Margaret earlier today about how this project came to life. As Margaret Chen, I was walking my dog past this lot every day, and it just broke my heart to see such a beautiful space going to waste. There's so much concrete in our neighborhood, and families need access to fresh, healthy food. I started by talking to my neighbors, and the response was overwhelming. Within 2 weeks, we had over 50 volunteers and a clear vision for what we wanted to create. As news anchor, the project received initial funding of $25,000 from the City Council and additional donations from local businesses, totaling $8,000. The garden now features 40 individual plots, a communal herb section, and a children's learning area. Dr. Robert Martinez, a nutrition specialist at Springfield General Hospital, explains the health benefits of community gardens. As Dr. Martinez, community gardens provide numerous health benefits. Participants get physical exercise through gardening activities, which can improve cardiovascular health and reduce stress levels. More importantly, these gardens increase access to fresh vegetables and fruits, which is particularly significant in urban areas where healthy food options may be limited or expensive. Studies show that people who participate in community gardens consume more fruits and vegetables than those who don't. As news anchor, the project hasn't been without challenges. Initial concerns included soil contamination, water access, and neighborhood safety. However, the community worked together to address these issues. City environmental engineer Sarah Thompson supervised the soil testing and remediation process. As Sarah Thompson, we conducted comprehensive soil tests and discovered some contamination from the lot's previous use as a gas station. We removed the contaminated soil and brought in certified organic soil for the garden beds. The city also installed a water line and security lighting to ensure the garden is safe and accessible for families to use during daylight hours. Local teacher Amanda Foster has been coordinating the children's education program, which serves 30 students from 3 nearby elementary schools. As Amanda Foster, the children are absolutely fascinated by the growing process. We've integrated garden activities into our science curriculum, teaching them about plant biology, nutrition, and environmental responsibility. Last month, the kids harvested their first tomatoes and peppers, and they were so proud to take them home to their families. It's wonderful to see children develop a connection with their food and understand where it comes from. As news anchor, the garden's success has inspired similar projects in other neighborhoods. 3 additional community gardens are planned for next year, with the city allocating $75,000 for expansion. However, the project faces ongoing challenges. Maintenance costs, seasonal weather challenges, and the need for continued volunteer participation remain concerns. Margaret Chen remains optimistic about the future. This garden has brought our community together in ways I never imagined. Neighbors who had never spoken to each other are now sharing recipes and gardening tips. Children are learning, families are eating healthier, and we've created something beautiful together. The key to success is community involvement. Gardens require daily attention, and we've learned that success depends on having dedicated volunteers who are committed to the long-term vision. The Springfield Community Garden Project serves as a model for urban communities seeking to improve food access, community health, and neighborhood connections. For those interested in getting involved, the garden holds volunteer orientation sessions every Saturday at 10 a.m. For Channel 7 News, I'm Emma Richards. Now let's test your comprehension of this news report. Question 1. How long has the Springfield Community Garden Project been running? Pause 10 seconds. 6 months. Question 2. What was the total funding received for the project? Pause 10 seconds. $33,000 total, $25,000 from the City Council, and $8,000 from local businesses. Question 3. What health benefits did Dr. Martinez mention? Pause 10 seconds. Physical exercise, improved cardiovascular health, reduced stress, and increased consumption of fresh fruits and vegetables. Question 4. What environmental challenge did the project face? Pause 10 seconds. Soil contamination from the lot's previous use as a gas station. Question 5. How many children participate in the education program? Pause 10 seconds. 30 students from 3 nearby elementary schools. Question 6. What ongoing challenges does the project face? Pause 10 seconds. Maintenance costs, seasonal weather challenges, and the need for continued volunteer participation. Let's review the news vocabulary. Initiative, a new project or program. Thriving, growing successfully. Vacant lot, empty piece of land. Overwhelming response, much more positive reaction than expected. Communal, shared by the community. Contamination, pollution or harmful substances. Remediation, the process of cleaning or fixing something. Comprehensive, thorough and complete. Integrated, combined or incorporated. Allocating, designating or setting aside money. Dedicated volunteers, committed people who donate their time. Long-term vision, future goals and plans. Our final segment is a casual conversation between two friends, Alex and Jordan, who are planning a surprise birthday party for their friend Sam. This dialogue will help you practice informal English, including slang, contractions, and conversational phrases. Listen for the planning details, the friends' different opinions, and how they resolve their disagreements. Pay attention to the casual, friendly tone and informal expressions. Here's the friendship conversation. Hey, Jordan, I'm so glad you could meet up. We really need to nail down the details for Sam's surprise party. Absolutely. I can't believe Sam's turning 30 next week. It feels like we were just in college together. So, what's the plan? Well, I've been thinking we should do something at my place. My backyard is pretty spacious, and we could set up tables outside if the weather's nice. That sounds great, but have you checked the weather forecast? It's been pretty unpredictable lately. You're right. I looked it up this morning, and there's a chance of rain on Saturday. Maybe we should have a backup plan? Definitely. We could always move everything inside if needed. Your living room is big enough for maybe 15 people, right? Yeah, that should work. Speaking of people, I've been going back and forth on the guest list. Should we invite Sam's coworkers or keep it just to close friends? That's tricky. I think Sam would appreciate having some work friends there, especially since they've been spending so much time together on that big project. You know what? You're probably right. Sam's always talking about how much fun the team is. I'll send invitations to Mike and Sarah from the office. Perfect. Now, what about food? Are we doing a full meal or just appetizers and cake? I was leaning toward appetizers and finger foods. It's more casual and people can mingle easier. Plus, it's way less stressful for us to organize. I love that idea. We could do a potluck style. Ask everyone to bring something. That way we get variety and it's not all on us. Brilliant! I'll coordinate who brings what so we don't end up with 10 desserts and no main dishes. Good thinking. What about decorations? Should we go with a specific theme? I was thinking we could do something related to Sam's favorite hobby. You know, how obsessed they are with hiking and nature. Oh, that's perfect. We could do green and brown colors, maybe some plants, and those string lights that look like little leaves. Yes! And I saw these cute wooden signs online that say things like adventure awaits and take a hike. Sam would get a kick out of those. Sam would absolutely love that. You're so creative. What about music? Should we make a playlist? I already started one. I've got all of Sam's favorite songs from college, plus some new stuff I know they've been listening to lately. You're on top of everything. One more thing. What about the actual surprise part? How are we getting Sam there without spoiling it? I've got it covered. I'm going to tell Sam that we're just hanging out, maybe watching a movie. Then, when we get to my house, everyone will be hiding in the backyard. That's genius! Sam will be so shocked, in the best way, of course. I really hope so. Sam deserves something special, especially after that stressful few months at work. It's going to be amazing. Sam is so lucky to have a friend like you who puts this much thought into making them happy. Aw, thanks. But honestly, I couldn't do this without you. You always have the best ideas and keep me organized. That's what friends are for. I'm so excited for Saturday. This is going to be the best surprise ever. Now let's check your comprehension of this friendship conversation. Question 1. What milestone birthday is Sam celebrating? Sam is turning 30. Question 2. What backup plan do they have in case of rain? They can move the party inside to Alex's living room. Question 3. What food style did they decide on? Appetizers and finger foods in a potluck style, where everyone brings something. Question 4. What theme did they choose for decorations? A nature hiking theme with green and brown colors, plants, and string lights. Question 5. How is Alex planning to get Sam to the party without spoiling the surprise? By telling Sam they're just hanging out and watching a movie. Let's review the casual friendship vocabulary. Nail down, to finalize or decide on details. Spacious, having a lot of room. Unpredictable, hard to predict or forecast. Going back and forth, changing your mind repeatedly. Tricky, difficult to decide. Leaning toward, preferring or favoring. Mingle, to socialize and move around talking to different people. Potluck, a meal where everyone brings a dish to share. Get a kick out of, to find something amusing or enjoyable. On top of everything, well organized and prepared. Spoiling it, ruining the surprise. That's what friends are for, expressing mutual support. Notice how Alex and Jordan used collaborative language like, "What do you think?" "You're right," and "good thinking." They also used contractions frequently, which is very natural in casual conversation. Congratulations! You've completed a full hour of intensive English listening practice. We've covered 5 different types of listening situations: a personal story, a job interview, a restaurant conversation, a news report, and a casual friendship dialogue. Each segment challenged different aspects of your listening comprehension. The travel story focused on narrative structure and past tense usage. The job interview tested your understanding of formal, professional English. The restaurant conversation practiced service interactions and polite requests. The news report challenged you with multiple speakers, formal vocabulary, and information processing. Finally, the friendship dialogue exposed you to casual, informal English with slang and contractions. Here are my top tips for improving your listening skills. First, don't expect to understand every word. Focus on getting the main ideas and key details. Native speakers also miss words sometimes. It's normal. Second, pay attention to context clues. If you don't understand a word, the surrounding words often give you hints about the meaning. Third, notice the speaker's tone and emotion. This helps you understand the situation and the relationship between speakers. Fourth, practice regularly with different types of content. Real-world English includes various accents, speeds, and topics. Finally, be patient with yourself. Listening comprehension improves gradually with consistent practice. Your homework for this week: choose one segment from today's episode and listen to it again. Try to write down the main points without looking at the transcript. Then, pick 3 new vocabulary words and use them in your own sentences. Remember, every time you practice listening, you're building stronger neural pathways in your brain for processing English. You're doing great work. Thank you for joining me for this intensive listening practice session. I'm Emma Richards, and I'll see you next time for another exciting episode of English Listening Practice. Keep listening, keep learning, and most importantly, keep believing in your progress. You've got this.
Welcome to Artificial Fluency Podcast. My name is Mia. I am your host. Today we talk about colors and feelings. Are you ready? Let's begin. Hello, everyone. I am so happy you are here today. How are you? I hope you are good. Today's topic is very fun. We will talk about colors and feelings. Colors are everywhere around us. We see colors every day. Colors can make us feel happy, sad, excited, or calm. Do you have a favorite color? I love blue. Blue makes me feel peaceful and calm. Let's learn some basic colors in English. I will say each color, and you can repeat after me. Red, blue, green, yellow. Orange, purple, pink, brown, black, white, gray. Very good. These are the basic colors in English. Now let's learn about feelings and emotions. How do you feel today? Happy, sad, tired? Let's learn some basic feelings in English. Listen and repeat happy, sad, angry, scared. Excited, tired, surprised, calm, bored? Confused? Great job! Now you know 10 feelings in English. Many people think colors and feelings are connected. Let's learn about what different colors can mean. Red can mean love or anger. We say I am red with anger or I have a red heart full of love. Blue can mean sad or calm. We say I feel blue today when we feel sad. Yellow can mean happy or afraid. Yellow is a bright, sunny color. Green can mean jealous or healthy. We say she is green with envy when someone is jealous. Black can mean sad or serious. We wear black clothes to serious events. White can mean pure or empty. A white page is empty and ready for new ideas. These are just some examples. Colors can mean different things to different people. Let's practice with some simple sentences. I will say a sentence about colors and feelings. You can repeat after me. The sky is blue, and it makes me feel calm. The red flowers are beautiful and make me happy. The yellow sun is bright and warm. Green trees help me feel peaceful. The orange sunset is amazing. The purple flowers in my garden are pretty. Very good. Now think about your favorite color. How does it make you feel? You can say, my favorite color is underscore and it makes me feel underscore. Now I will tell you a short, simple story about colors. Listen carefully. Lisa wakes up early. The sky is still dark black. She feels tired. She makes coffee and watches the sunrise. The sky turns beautiful orange and pink. Now Lisa feels happy and excited for the new day. She puts on her favorite blue shirt and green pants. Blue makes her feel confident. She goes to work with a smile. At lunch, she eats a colorful meal: red tomatoes, orange carrots, green lettuce, and yellow corn. The colorful food makes her feel healthy and strong. After work, she sees a beautiful rainbow with 7 colors. The rainbow makes her feel amazed and lucky. At night, she looks at the silver moon and feels calm and peaceful. It was a good, colorful day. Did you understand the story? What colors did Lisa see during her day? How did different colors make her feel? Let's learn some useful questions about colors and feelings. Repeat after me. What color is this? What is your favorite color? How does this color make you feel? Do you like bright colors or dark colors? What color makes you happy? Good. These questions are perfect for simple conversations in English. Now, let's practice a short conversation about colors. I will be both people. Listen carefully. Person A, hello. What is your favorite color? Person B, hi, my favorite color is green. What about you, Person A? I love blue. Blue makes me feel calm. How does green make you feel? Person B, green makes me feel peaceful. I like nature and trees. Person A, that's nice. Do you like bright colors or dark colors? Person B, I like bright colors. They make me feel happy. What about you? Person A, I like both. It depends on my mood. Person B, yes, colors and feelings are connected. That was a simple conversation about colors and feelings. You can practice this conversation with a friend. Different cultures can have different feelings about colors. For example, in Western countries, white means purity and is used for weddings. In some Eastern countries, white is for funerals and means sadness. In Western countries, red can mean danger or love. In China, red means good luck and happiness. Colors are interesting because they mean different things to different people around the world. Let's play a simple game. I will describe a situation, and you think about what color matches the feeling. You win a prize. You feel very happy and excited. What color matches this feeling? You miss your friend. You feel a little sad. What color matches this feeling? Someone takes your book without asking. You feel angry. What color matches this feeling? You are waiting for your test results. You feel nervous. What color matches this feeling? You are relaxing at the beach. You feel peaceful. What color matches this feeling? There are no wrong answers. Different people might choose different colors. That's okay. Today, we're going to talk about an interesting topic: how to stay calm in difficult situations. Let me start with a question. Have you ever been in a situation where everything seemed to go wrong? Maybe something happened unexpectedly and you felt like you were losing control? Think about a time when you had to stay calm. How did you handle it? I remember one time when my friend Jack had to deal with a stressful situation. Jack and his wife were on a road trip when their car broke down in the middle of nowhere. It was late in the evening, and they were far from the nearest town. Jack was a little nervous at first, but he stayed calm. He called a mechanic, made a plan, and even joked with his wife to keep her spirits up. Instead of panicking, he found a solution to the problem. In these kinds of situations, staying calm can make all the difference. When we panic, we often make decisions that aren't well thought out. But when we stay calm, we can think clearly and take the right steps. Let's think about another example. My friend Sarah recently had a big presentation at work. She was nervous because it was her first time speaking in front of so many people. But instead of letting her nerves take over, she focused on breathing deeply, smiling, and remembering what she was going to say. She even practiced before the big day with her husband, who gave her some great tips. By the time she was on stage, she felt much more confident and did a great job. Now let me ask you, when you face difficult situations, how do you stay calm? Do you have a favorite strategy, like taking deep breaths, or maybe focusing on something else for a few minutes? Remember, everyone faces challenges, but how we respond makes a huge difference. As we go through these examples, try to think of ways you can apply these lessons in your own life. How do you handle tough situations? What helps you stay calm and think clearly? This will help you improve both your listening and your speaking skills. One important thing that helped Tom was writing down key points he wanted to say. This way, he didn't have to worry about forgetting anything important. When the day came, he stood in front of the group, took a deep breath, and started speaking. Even though he was still nervous, Tom felt more confident because he had prepared. By the end of the presentation, his colleagues were impressed with how well he did. What can we learn from Tom's story? Preparation is key when it comes to staying calm. When we take time to get ready for a situation, it helps us feel more in control. Whether it's a presentation, a meeting, or even just a conversation, practicing beforehand can really make a difference. I've also learned that taking a step back and thinking about the situation before reacting can be really helpful. For example, I remember when I was helping a friend plan a family event. The event was only a few days away, and things were not going according to plan. There were some last-minute changes to the schedule, and everyone was a little stressed out. But instead of getting upset, I told my friend to take a few minutes to relax and think about what we could do next. We made a new plan, and everything turned out fine. It was a reminder that taking a moment to stay calm and look at the situation from a different perspective can help us find a solution. Do you have a situation where you've had to step back and rethink your approach? Maybe it was at work, at school, or even with your family. How did it help you stay calm and solve the problem? Think about that for a moment. Let's take a look at another story, this time about how to stay calm in a situation involving your health. A few months ago, my colleague Lisa had an unexpected health scare. She was feeling unwell and had to go to the doctor. At first, she was very anxious because she didn't know what was wrong. But Lisa remembered what her husband John had told her. It's important to stay calm and take one step at a time. So instead of panicking, Lisa took a deep breath and went to the doctor. Fortunately, the doctor was able to explain the situation and give her some advice to improve her health. Lisa's story is a good reminder that when we face health problems, staying calm and seeking professional help can lead to better outcomes. Panicking in situations like this can only make things harder, but by staying calm, we can take the right steps to get better. How about you? Have you ever had a health situation that made you anxious? How did you manage to stay calm and find the right solution? I'm sure these moments taught you something important about handling stress. These stories show us that staying calm isn't always easy, but it's possible. It's about finding ways to focus, prepare, and stay positive. And by practicing these skills, we can become better at managing stress in all areas of our lives. Let's take a quick break and think about something. What are some techniques you can use to stay calm in your daily life? Maybe it's taking deep breaths, talking to someone you trust, or even just taking a few minutes to relax. Whatever it is, remember that staying calm is something we can all improve with practice. Now, let's continue with another real-life example of how staying calm can lead to success. Last year, my friend David was preparing for a big job interview. He was really nervous because it was a position he really wanted, and he had never been in such a serious interview before. The night before the interview, he couldn't sleep because he kept thinking about all the things that could go wrong. But then his wife Anna gave him some advice. She told him, "David, remember to take a deep breath, stay calm, and just be yourself. You've prepared for this, and you know the answers." David took her advice to heart. The next day, he took a few deep breaths before the interview and reminded himself that he was ready. When David arrived at the interview, he felt nervous, but he didn't let it control him. He listened carefully to the questions and answered them confidently, thinking about the advice his wife had given him. In the end, David got the job. His calmness during the interview helped him stay focused and show his best qualities. David's story teaches us that when we're facing something big like a job interview, staying calm helps us make a good impression. It's easy to get nervous and think about all the things that could go wrong, but by focusing on the task and staying calm, we can perform better. Let's take a moment to think about your own experiences. Have you ever had to go through an interview or an important meeting? How did you manage your nerves? What techniques helped you stay calm and focused? Another situation I want to talk about is when you're dealing with an unexpected problem, like a delay or something going wrong. A friend of mine, Michael, was planning a family gathering. The day before the event, the weather forecast said it would rain all day. Michael was worried because the event was supposed to be outside, and he had worked hard to organize everything. Instead of letting the rain ruin his plans, Michael decided to stay calm. He quickly made a backup plan. He called his guests and told them about the new location. He also prepared extra indoor activities to keep everyone entertained. The next day, even though it rained, the event went smoothly. Everyone had a great time indoors, and Michael's calm approach helped him manage the situation well. This story shows us that problems can come up at any time, but if we stay calm and think clearly, we can find solutions. Michael didn't panic. Instead, he looked at the situation and found a way to make the best of it. So, next time something unexpected happens, try to stay calm. You might find that you can handle it better than you thought. Think about a time when something didn't go as planned. How did you handle it? What would you do differently now to stay calm and solve the problem? Let's keep going with another example. Last year, I had a small accident at home. I was cooking dinner and I accidentally cut my finger. It wasn't too serious, but it was painful. At first, I felt a little panicked, but then I took a deep breath and told myself to stay calm. I quickly cleaned the wound and put on a bandage. I didn't need to go to the hospital, but I was able to take care of it calmly and avoid making it worse. This is another good example of staying calm during an emergency. If I had panicked, I might have made the situation worse. Instead, I focused on solving the problem and took care of the injury right away. Think about your own life. Have you ever had a small accident or a moment when something went wrong? How did you stay calm and take care of the situation? It's helpful to remember that staying calm can help us make better decisions in even the most unexpected moments. Now I want to ask you, what are some of the challenges you face that make you feel nervous or stressed? Maybe it's work, school, or even something in your personal life. How do you think staying calm could help you in these situations? As we continue with this episode, remember that staying calm isn't something you have to do perfectly right away. It takes practice. The more you practice staying calm in everyday situations, the better you'll get at handling difficult moments. A few months ago, I was with my friend Rachel. She was planning a big surprise birthday party for her husband, Mark. She had been working on the plans for weeks, making sure everything was perfect. But on the day of the party, the caterer called her to say there was a mistake with the food order, and it wouldn't arrive on time. Rachel felt very stressed because the party was only a few hours away, and she didn't know what to do. Instead of getting upset, Rachel took a deep breath. She remembered something her grandmother had told her. If you can't change something, don't let it ruin your day. Rachel decided to stay calm and find a solution. She quickly called a local restaurant and asked them to help out with some food. The restaurant agreed, and the food arrived just in time for the party. Everyone had a great time, and Rachel's husband was so happy with the surprise. Rachel's story shows us that when things go wrong, it's important to stay calm and think clearly. Instead of panicking, she focused on finding a solution. This helped her get everything back on track and made the party a success. Think about your own life. Have you ever planned something big, like a party or an event? What happened when something went wrong? Did you stay calm, or did you get stressed out? Maybe you can think of a way to stay calm in the future when things don't go as planned. Another example of staying calm in a difficult situation is from my friend Ben. He works in a busy office, and one day there was a big mistake with a project at work. The client was upset, and everyone in the office was feeling stressed. But instead of panicking, Ben decided to step up and take control of the situation. He talked to the client calmly and explained how they were going to fix the mistake. He also spoke with his team and helped everyone focus on finding the solution. Ben's calm approach helped reduce the stress in the office and turn the situation around. Ben's story teaches us that when we face problems at work or in other areas of our lives, staying calm can help us find solutions faster. When we stay calm, we can think clearly and make better decisions. Sometimes, our calmness can even help others feel more at ease too. Have you ever been in a situation at work or school where everyone was feeling stressed? How did you stay calm in that situation? What could you do differently next time to help yourself and others stay calm and solve the problem? Let's move on to another example. A few weeks ago, I was at the grocery store when I noticed a woman standing in line at the checkout, looking frustrated. She was holding a lot of items and the line was moving very slowly. She was starting to get upset. But instead of joining her in the frustration, I decided to stay calm. I smiled and said to her, "I know it's a long wait, but it will be over soon. Let's just take a deep breath." The woman smiled back and seemed to calm down a bit. Sometimes, small things like staying calm in a stressful situation can help others feel better too. It's like when someone is upset and you stay calm, it can help them feel more relaxed. Have you ever been in a situation like that? How did you handle it? Did staying calm help the situation? Let's continue thinking about ways to stay calm in different situations. For example, when you have a problem at home, like a leak in the roof or something breaking, staying calm can help you find the right solution. If you get too stressed, it's easy to forget the steps you need to take. But by staying calm, you can think clearly and handle the situation with confidence. What are some ways you can practice staying calm in your everyday life? Maybe it's by breathing deeply when you feel stressed, or by taking a moment to pause before reacting. Think about how you can use these techniques in your own life. It's important to remember that staying calm is not always easy, and it's okay to feel stressed sometimes. The key is to practice staying calm in small situations so that when something big happens, you're ready to handle it with a clear mind. As we continue with this episode, think about what you've learned so far. How can staying calm help you in your life? And how can practicing it every day improve your English listening and speaking skills? A few months ago, I had to go to a doctor's appointment that I was really nervous about. I didn't know what to expect, and I was worried it might hurt or take a long time. When I got to the doctor's office, I started to feel a little anxious. But then, I remembered what my friend Sarah always says. When you're nervous, take a deep breath and focus on the present moment. I decided to try that. Instead of thinking about what could happen in the future, I focused on the present. I told myself that everything would be fine. As I sat in the waiting room, I took slow, deep breaths. When it was finally my turn to see the doctor, I felt much calmer. The doctor explained everything to me, and the appointment went smoothly. This story shows us that sometimes we feel nervous about things, but focusing on the present moment and staying calm can help us handle them better. It's easy to imagine the worst-case scenario, but if we stay calm, we can think more clearly and not let our worries control us. Think about a time when you've had to go to a doctor or dentist. Did you feel nervous? How did you stay calm? Sometimes just breathing and focusing on the moment can help us feel better. Let's talk about another situation where staying calm made a big difference. A few weeks ago, my friend George was on his way to work when he got stuck in traffic. He was running late for an important meeting, and the traffic seemed to get worse and worse. George started to feel really stressed. But then, he remembered that getting upset wouldn't make the traffic move any faster. Instead of continuing to worry, George decided to turn on the radio and listen to a podcast. He used the time to relax, and by the time the traffic started moving, he was feeling much better. George's story teaches us that sometimes we can't control the things that happen around us, like traffic or delays. But we can control how we react to them. If we stay calm and use the time wisely, we can feel better and avoid getting more stressed out. Have you ever been stuck in traffic or experienced a delay? How did you handle it? What can you do next? Time to stay calm and use the time more effectively? Let's now think about a different situation, making decisions. My friend Anna was recently faced with an important decision at work. She had 2 job offers, and she wasn't sure which one to choose. At first, she felt overwhelmed by the pressure to make the right choice, but instead of rushing to make a decision, Anna took her time. She made a list of the pros and cons of each job and thought carefully about what was most important to her. By taking a step back and staying calm, Anna was able to make a decision that felt right for her. She didn't let stress or pressure rush her into a choice. Sometimes when we stay calm and take the time to think things through, we can make better decisions. Have you ever had to make an important decision? Maybe it was about school, work, or something in your personal life. How did you stay calm and make the right choice? Taking your time and thinking clearly can really help you make better decisions. This brings me to another point. When we stay calm, we can also be more patient. A few months ago, I was waiting in line at the post office, and the line was moving very slowly. Many people around me started to complain, but I decided to stay patient. Instead of getting frustrated, I used the time to think about what I needed to do for the rest of the day. When it was finally my turn, I was in a much better mood because I had stayed patient. Sometimes, waiting can be frustrating, but if we stay calm and patient, it can make the experience more pleasant. Think about a time when you had to wait for something. How did you feel? Were you able to stay patient, or did you get frustrated? Practicing patience can really help us stay calm in situations where we have to wait. I know it's not always easy to stay calm, but remember that it's a skill we can practice. The more we practice, the better we get at handling stress and challenges in a calm way. This not only helps us in real-life situations, but it also helps us improve our English listening and speaking skills. If you keep practicing staying calm in different situations, you will find that it becomes easier over time. And as you practice, you'll get better at listening and understanding English, because you will be more focused and able to think clearly. Think about all the different ways you can stay calm. Maybe it's breathing deeply, taking a moment to relax, or focusing on the present. Each time you practice, you'll get better at it, and that will help you in many areas of life, including improving your English. A few weeks ago, my friend John was working on an important project at work. Everything seemed to be going well until he realized that he had made a mistake in the calculations. John started to feel nervous because this mistake could cause problems for the team. But instead of getting upset, John took a deep breath. He sat down and started to think about how to fix the mistake. John looked at the numbers again, and he realized that the mistake was small and easy to correct. By staying calm and focusing, he was able to fix the problem quickly. When he explained it to his team, they were impressed by how calmly he handled the situation. This story teaches us that when we make mistakes, it's important to stay calm. Panicking can make the problem worse, but if we stay calm and focus on finding a solution, we can fix the issue faster and with less stress. Think about a time when you made a mistake, maybe at work, school, or even at home. How did you handle it? Did you stay calm or did you get stressed? Next time you make a mistake, Remember that staying calm will help you solve it faster. Let's move on to a different example. My cousin Lucy recently told me about a time when she was cooking dinner for her family. She had planned to make a special meal, but when she opened the oven, she realized that she had forgotten to check the recipe. The dish was not as she expected, and she was worried her family wouldn't like it. But instead of panicking, Lucy decided to stay calm. She quickly made a few changes to the dish, added some extra ingredients, and served it to her family. They loved it. Lucy's story shows us that sometimes things don't go as planned. But if we stay calm and think quickly, we can turn things around. It's not always about having everything perfect. It's about staying calm and making the best of the situation. Have you ever cooked a meal and had something go wrong? Maybe the food didn't turn out the way you wanted. How did you handle it? Staying calm in the kitchen can help you make changes and still have a delicious meal. Another great example of staying calm is from a situation at the airport. A few months ago, my friend David was flying to another city for a business meeting. When he arrived at the airport, he found out that his flight was delayed for several hours. David was tired and frustrated, but he decided not to let the delay make him upset. Instead of getting angry, David took the time to read a book and relax. He knew that getting upset wouldn't help, and it was better to stay calm and use the time wisely. David's experience shows that sometimes we face delays or situations we can't control, but staying calm helps us deal with them better. We can use the extra time to do something productive or simply relax instead of letting the situation stress us out. Have you ever had a delay when you were traveling? Maybe a flight, a bus, or a train was late. How did you stay calm during the wait? Next time you face a delay, remember David's story. Use the time to relax or do something positive instead of getting upset. Now, let's talk about staying calm in social situations. A few days ago, I attended a party where I didn't know many people. At first, I felt a little nervous because I wasn't sure how to start conversations. But then, I remembered that everyone at the party was probably feeling the same way. I decided to stay calm and introduce myself to a few people. To my surprise, they were friendly and easy to talk to, and I ended up having a great time. This experience shows us that when we feel nervous in social situations, staying calm can help us connect with others. People often feel the same way as you, and if you stay calm and friendly, they will feel more comfortable talking to you too. Have you ever felt nervous at a party or social event? Maybe you were meeting new people for the first time. How did you handle it? Staying calm in these situations can make you feel more confident and help you connect with others. Let's talk about another important part of staying calm: managing our time. A few weeks ago, I had to finish an important task at work before a deadline. At first, I felt stressed because there wasn't much time left. But then I decided to stay calm and make a plan. I wrote down what I needed to do and broke the task into smaller steps. By staying calm and focusing on one thing at a time, I finished the task before the deadline. This shows us that when we feel rushed, staying calm can help us manage our time better. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, we can focus on the most important tasks and break them into smaller steps. This way, we can stay on track and complete everything on time. Let's now think about staying calm in family situations. Last weekend, I was helping my parents organize a family dinner. Everything was going smoothly until we realized we were running out of time. The table still wasn't set, and the food wasn't ready yet. I could feel myself starting to get stressed. But then I took a deep breath and remembered that there was no need to panic. I decided to focus on one task at a time. I helped my dad set the table, and my mom finished cooking the food. By staying calm and working together, we were able to get everything ready just in time. The dinner was a success, and everyone enjoyed it. This situation taught me that when we feel stressed in family situations, it's helpful to stay calm and focus on what needs to be done. Have you ever helped your family with something important? Maybe preparing a meal or planning an event. How did you stay calm when things didn't go as planned? Working together with others and staying calm can make a big difference in getting things done smoothly. Now let's talk about how staying calm can help us in our daily routines. A few days ago, I woke up late for work. I knew I had to hurry, but instead of rushing and getting stressed, I decided to stay calm. I got ready quickly but without panicking. I even made time to have a quick breakfast. When I arrived at work, I was a little late, but I felt calm and ready to start my day. This story shows us that sometimes things don't go as planned and we might be late for something, but staying calm helps us handle the situation better. When we rush or panic, we make mistakes or forget things. If we stay calm and think clearly, we can still do things well, even if we're running a little behind. Think about a time when you were in a hurry and didn't have much time to get ready. How did you feel? Did staying calm help you get everything done? It's important to remember that being calm can help us make better decisions, even in stressful situations. Let's look at one more example about staying calm during a busy day. A few weeks ago, my friend Rachel had a lot of things to do at work. She had meetings, emails to respond to, and deadlines to meet. At first, she felt overwhelmed by everything on her list, but instead of letting stress take over, she decided to stay calm. She made a to-do list and prioritized the most important tasks. By staying calm and organizing her day, Rachel was able to get everything done on time. She didn't rush, and she didn't get distracted. She focused on one task at a time, and it made her day much easier. This is a good reminder that staying calm and organizing our time can help us be more productive. When we have a lot to do, it's easy to get stressed and feel like we can't handle it. But when we stay calm, we can manage our tasks better and feel more in control. Have you ever had a busy day with a lot of things to do? How did you manage your time? Did you stay calm and focus on one thing at a time? Staying calm in busy situations can help us be more efficient and feel less stressed. As we've seen today, staying calm can help us in many different situations. Whether it's handling stress at work, managing our time better, or staying calm in social situations, practicing this skill can make a big difference in our lives. It helps us make better decisions, be more productive, and feel less anxious. So, the next time you face a challenge, remember the power of staying calm. Take a deep breath, focus on the present moment, and think about what you need to do. You'll be surprised at how much more you can accomplish when you stay calm and focused. Let's talk now about staying calm in different situations at school or work. Imagine you have a big exam or an important presentation. You might feel nervous or worried about how it will go. A few months ago, my friend Max had to give a big presentation at work. He was nervous because it was his first time presenting in front of so many people. He could feel his heart racing, and he wasn't sure what to do. Max decided to take a moment before starting. He closed his eyes, took a few deep breaths, and told himself that everything would be okay. When he started the presentation, he spoke, slowly and clearly. Even though he was nervous, he stayed calm and focused, By staying calm, Max was able to present his ideas clearly. This shows us that even in situations where we feel nervous, staying calm can help us do our best. If Max had let his nerves take over, he might have rushed through the presentation or made mistakes. But because he stayed calm, he was able to give a great presentation. Have you ever had to speak in front of a group? Maybe at school, work, or even at a family event. How did you feel? Staying calm during presentations or exams can help us perform better and reduce anxiety. Now let's talk about staying calm when something unexpected happens. A few weeks ago, I was driving to a meeting when suddenly my car broke down. At first, I was worried because I didn't know what to do. I had an important meeting and I was running out of time. But instead of panicking, I remembered what I had learned about staying calm in difficult situations. I called a tow truck, explained the situation, and rescheduled my meeting. It wasn't easy, but by staying calm and thinking through the steps, I was able to fix the situation without getting too stressed. This experience shows us that when something unexpected happens, staying calm helps us think clearly. Whether it's a car problem, a missed flight, or any other surprise. Staying calm gives us the chance to make the best decision. If I had panicked, I might not have handled the situation as well. Have you ever had a problem that happened unexpectedly? Maybe something at home or work that surprised you. How did you stay calm in the moment? Remember, staying calm in these situations can help us solve problems faster and more effectively. Let's talk now about how staying calm can help us in relationships. A few days ago, I had a disagreement with my husband about something small. We both started to get a little upset, but instead of continuing to argue, we decided to take a step back. We talked calmly about how we felt, and we both listened to each other. By staying calm, we were able to understand each other's point of view and find a solution to the problem. This shows us that staying calm during disagreements can help us improve our relationships. It's easy to let emotions take over and argue, but if we stay calm, we can communicate better and solve problems together. Think about a time when you had a disagreement with someone, maybe with a family member or a friend. How did you handle it? Staying calm and listening to the other person can help resolve conflicts and strengthen relationships. Now let's discuss how staying calm can help us manage stress. A few months ago, I was feeling really stressed because I had a lot of work to do and not enough time to do it. I started to feel overwhelmed, but I remembered that staying calm could help me manage the stress. I decided to take a short walk to clear my mind. When I returned, I felt much more focused. This shows us that taking a break and staying calm can help us manage stress better. When we're feeling overwhelmed, stepping away from the situation for a few minutes can give us the space we need to think clearly. Staying calm can help us approach challenges with a fresh perspective. Have you ever felt stressed with too much to do? Maybe at work or school? How did you deal with it? Taking breaks and staying calm can help us handle stress more easily and find solutions to our problems. Let's finish this segment by talking about staying calm when you're feeling tired or exhausted. Sometimes when we're tired, it's easy to become frustrated or irritated, but staying calm and taking care of ourselves can help us feel better. Last weekend, I had a very busy day. I was working hard and didn't get much rest. By the end of the day, I felt tired and a little short-tempered. Instead of getting upset, I decided to relax and take a break. I made myself a warm cup of tea, sat down, and rested for a while. After that, I felt much better. This taught me that when we're tired, it's important to stay calm and give ourselves a break. Have you ever felt tired and a little frustrated? Maybe after a long day of work or school. How did you take care of yourself? Remember, staying calm and giving yourself time to rest can help you recharge and feel better. As we've discussed today, staying calm is important in many situations. It can help us deal with stress, solve problems faster, improve relationships, and even manage our daily routines better. The next time you face a challenge, remember to stay calm. It will help you think clearly and make better decisions. Let's now talk about staying calm when we face problems at work or school. Last week, I had a difficult task at work. I had to finish a project, but I didn't have much time. At first, I started to feel anxious. I was worried I wouldn't finish it on time. But then, I decided to take a deep breath and plan my work step by step. I made a list of the tasks I needed to do and started working on the most important one first. By staying calm and organizing my time, I was able to finish the project on time. This taught me that when we feel overwhelmed, staying calm and making a plan can help us manage our tasks more effectively. Have you ever had a project or assignment at school or work that seemed too big? How did you manage it? Did you stay calm and break the task into smaller steps? Staying calm can help us be more organized and productive, even when we have a lot to do. Now let's talk about staying calm when we feel nervous about meeting new people. Last weekend, I attended a meeting with some new people. At first, I felt nervous because I didn't know anyone there. I was worried I wouldn't know what to say or if I would make a mistake. But I remembered the importance of staying calm, so I took a few deep breaths and smiled. When I started talking to people, I felt more comfortable. I realized that everyone was friendly, and we all made small talk to get to know each other. By staying calm, I was able to enjoy the meeting and make new connections. Have you ever felt nervous before meeting new people? How did you handle it? Staying calm and being yourself can help you feel more confident in social situations. It's okay to feel nervous, but staying calm can help you have a positive experience. Let's talk now about how staying calm helps us make better decisions. A few days ago, I had to decide whether to take a new job offer. I was excited but also nervous about making the right choice. There were many things to consider, like the salary, the work environment, and how the job fit with my long-term goals. At first, I felt overwhelmed by all the factors, but instead of rushing into a decision, I took my time. I made a list of pros and cons and thought carefully about what was most important to me. By staying calm and thinking things through, I was able to make a decision that felt right. This shows us that when we're faced with a big decision, staying calm helps us weigh our options and make a thoughtful choice. Have you ever had to make an important decision, like choosing a job or a place to live? How did you decide what was best for you? Staying calm can help us think clearly and make decisions that will be good for our future. Now let's talk about staying calm when we feel frustrated with a task. A few weeks ago, I was trying to fix a broken shelf in my living room. I thought it would be an easy task, but things didn't go as planned. The shelf wouldn't fit properly, and I started to feel frustrated. But instead of getting upset, I took a moment to think. I looked at the instructions again and tried a different approach. After a few tries, the shelf was fixed. This shows us that when we feel frustrated with a task, staying calm and trying a different approach can help us find a solution. Sometimes, things don't work out the first time, but if we stay calm and keep trying, we can solve the problem. Have you ever been frustrated with a task? Maybe fixing something at home or working on a school project? How did you stay calm and find a solution? Remember, staying calm can help us think of new ideas and solve problems more easily. Let's also talk about how staying calm can help us handle changes in life. A few months ago, I moved to a new city. It was an exciting change, but I also felt nervous because I didn't know anyone, and I wasn't familiar with the area. At first, I felt overwhelmed by all the new things I had to learn. But I reminded myself to stay calm and take things one step at a time. I started exploring the city slowly, learning about public transportation and meeting new people. Over time, I began to feel more comfortable. This experience showed me that when we face big changes, staying calm and taking things one day at a time can help us adjust and feel more at ease. Have you ever experienced a big change in your life, like moving to a new place or starting a new school? How did you adjust to the change? Staying calm and taking small steps can help us feel more confident when we face new challenges. Now, let's think about how staying calm can help us when we make mistakes. A few days ago, I made a mistake while cooking dinner. I accidentally added too much salt to the soup. At first, I felt frustrated, but I remembered that mistakes happen, and I didn't need to panic. Instead of throwing the soup away, I added some extra water and spices to fix it. Let's now talk about staying calm when someone speaks to us in an angry voice. This can happen anywhere, at work, in the market, or even at home. Last month, I went to the grocery store. I was standing in line, waiting to pay. A man behind me thought I was taking too long. He started speaking loudly and looked upset. At first, I felt surprised and a little angry too. But I reminded myself to stay calm. I looked at him and said politely, "I'm almost done. Thank you for your patience." After hearing my calm voice, the man stopped shouting. He stayed quiet and waited. This experience taught me that when someone is angry, staying calm and using kind words can make the situation better. Have you ever faced a person who was speaking in a loud or angry voice? What did you do? Did you stay calm or react with anger? If you stay calm, the other person may also calm down. Let's now talk about how staying calm helps during family disagreements. Every family has small disagreements. Last weekend, my cousin Sarah and her husband Daniel had a small argument. Daniel wanted to visit his parents, but Sarah wanted to stay home and rest. At first, their voices got a little louder. But then Sarah said, "Let's sit and talk. We can find a way that works for both of us." They both sat down and talked kindly. In the end, Daniel visited his parents for a short time, and Sarah got her rest. Later, they had dinner together at home. This shows how staying calm helps solve family problems peacefully. Do you remember a time when you had a small disagreement with a family member? Maybe about what to eat or where to go? What helped you stay calm and find a solution? Now let's think about how we can stay calm when things don't go as planned. For example, last week I planned to go to the park with my friend Amina. We wanted to have a walk and talk about life, but just as we were about to leave, it started to rain. I felt disappointed because I was really looking forward to the walk. Instead of being upset, I stayed calm and said, "Let's sit near the window with some tea and talk here." Amina agreed, and we had a really nice conversation. We laughed and shared stories. Even though we couldn't go outside, we still had a good time. Have you ever planned something, but it didn't happen because of the weather or something else? How did you feel? Did you stay calm and try to enjoy the new plan? Let's now talk about staying calm when you're waiting for something important. Last year, my friend Yusuf was waiting to hear if he got a new job. Every day, he checked his email. He felt nervous. One day he told me, I can't stop thinking about it. What if they don't choose me? I said, Yusuf, take a walk, read a book, or help someone. Staying calm will help you feel better while you wait. Yusuf listened. He stayed busy and stayed calm. After a week, he got the job. He said, I'm glad I didn't stress too much. Waiting can be hard, but when we stay calm and do something helpful, it becomes easier. Have you ever waited for something like exam results, a job, or a letter? What helped you stay calm during that time? Now let's talk about staying calm when helping children. My sister has 2 small children. One day, her son Ali spilled a glass of milk on the floor. He looked scared because he thought she would be angry, but she stayed calm. She smiled and said, It's okay, let's clean it together. Ali helped her wipe the floor, and he even said, Next time, I will be more careful. This is a great example. When adults stay calm, children learn to be calm too. They feel safe and learn how to fix small problems. If you have children in your life, maybe your own or your nieces and nephews, how do you speak to them when something goes wrong? Calm words can teach good lessons. Let's talk about staying calm when learning something new. Sometimes learning English can feel difficult. You may not understand a word or you may forget a grammar rule. That's okay. Mistakes are part of learning. When I started learning a new language, I also made many mistakes. One time I was trying to speak in that language at a shop. I said something wrong, and the shopkeeper looked confused. I felt embarrassed. But then I smiled and tried again, slowly. The shopkeeper understood and even helped me. I learned that when we stay calm and try again, we can learn faster and feel better. Have you ever made a mistake while speaking English? How did you react? Did you try again calmly? Now let's talk about staying calm when someone gives us feedback or advice. Sometimes people tell us things we don't want to hear. Maybe your teacher says, you need to practice more. Or maybe your manager at work says, you were late today. When we hear these things, it's easy to feel angry or sad. But if we stay calm, we can learn from the feedback. Last month, my friend Ahmed started a new job. In the first week, his supervisor told him, you need to be faster when helping customers. At first, Ahmed felt upset, but he took a deep breath and said, thank you, I will try to do better. He stayed calm, and the next day he worked a little faster. His supervisor noticed and said, good job today. If Ahmed had become angry or said nothing, he might not have improved. But because he stayed calm and listened, he learned and got better. Have you ever received advice or feedback? How did you feel? What did you do? Now let's think about staying calm when we feel tired or busy. Sometimes we have too many things to do: work, cleaning, shopping, and taking care of family. It can feel like too much. Last weekend, I had many tasks. I needed to clean my home, buy food, and also help my friend with her work. I felt tired. I wanted to finish everything fast, but I knew rushing would make me more tired. So I made a small list. I wrote down, first clean the kitchen, then go to the store, then call my friend. I took short breaks and drank some water. By staying calm and moving step by step, I finished all my tasks, and I felt happy in the end. Do you ever feel too busy or tired? What helps you stay calm and finish your work slowly and clearly? Let's now talk about staying calm when using public transport. One day I was waiting for the bus. It was late and many people were standing at the stop. Some people started complaining. One man said, "This bus is always late." Another woman said, "I don't have time for this." I also felt a little worried, but I reminded myself, getting angry will not make the bus come faster. So I stood quietly and looked around. I saw an old man who was also waiting. I smiled at him, and he smiled back. We started talking about the weather and daily life. Finally, the bus came. The time passed more easily because I stayed calm. Next time you wait for a bus or a train, try to stay calm. Maybe talk to someone, or just take a deep breath and relax. What do you do when you are waiting and feel nervous or tired? Let's also talk about staying calm when someone misunderstands you. Last week, I sent a message to my coworker Jamal. I wrote, "Can we meet at 3 p.m.?" But he thought I meant 2 p.m. and waited for me at the office early. When I arrived, he looked a bit upset and said, "I've been waiting for 1 hour." I could have said, "It's not my fault," but instead I stayed calm and said, "I'm sorry for the confusion. Next time I'll make the message more clear." Jamal smiled and said, "It's okay. Let's start now." Because I stayed calm, the situation did not turn into an argument. Misunderstandings happen in every language. They happen in families, with friends, and at work. But when we speak calmly, we can fix the problem. Have you ever had a misunderstanding with someone? Did you stay calm or did it turn into an argument? What do you think is the best way to fix a small misunderstanding? Now let's talk about staying calm during shopping. Sometimes, when we are in a hurry, shopping can feel stressful. We may not find the item we want, or there is a long line at the counter. Last month, I went to buy some rice and vegetables. The store was full of people, and there was only one cashier. Many people were talking loudly. One man was saying, "Why is this line so slow?" I felt like leaving, but then I reminded myself, "Be calm. This will not take forever." I waited and looked around. I saw a small poster that said, "Thank you for your patience." It made me smile. I finally paid and left the store feeling peaceful. Let's talk now about staying calm when you are lost or when something doesn't go as planned. One day, my cousin Sarah was going to visit her friend's house in a new neighborhood. She used a map on her phone, but after walking for 20 minutes, she realized she was going the wrong way. Her phone battery was low, and she started to feel nervous. Instead of getting angry or scared, Sarah stopped walking, took a deep breath, and looked around. She saw a small shop nearby. She went inside and politely asked the shopkeeper, "Excuse me, can you help me find this address?" The shopkeeper